bro, I literally created this full stack app in one day. I genuinely feel like I have superpowers. I remember I woke up on a Sunday morning, I had a date with ChatGPT. We worked on this whole plan to get this product up and running, down to the actual checklist items. And before you know it, at the end of the day, I actually had this deployed on the internet for everyone to see. This is Q&A tool. This shows you that if you can vibe code properly, you can actually build some cool shit. In this example, I built a Next.js app with a convex backend, with clerk authorization, and a couple of cool features. It was the first time I used Convex here, but it was pretty cool. If you don't know already, Convex is this really cool app. They don't sponsor this video. I'm purely saying this because it's really cool. It's a product that really speaks to me because as someone who likes to ship fast, right? I always get these ideas that I want to put out on the internet. React and Next.js and Vercel and stuff like that already make it easy to push UI and push basic systems out on the internet. Before, when I used to ship my products, I always used to rely on Vercel, right? Now, Vercel gives us access to some basic stuff like shipping UI quickly and shipping some basic functions quickly. But I would always have to configure my database separately. But with Convex, the game changes, right? I can define my database and my functions as code, functions obviously as code, but my database as code, which meant that my LLMs could also implement my database stuff. Q&A tool is a really simple app. You just log in with your Google account, you create a question, and then you get a link, right? And you can send this link to anyone to answer just one question. People can literally add a question here and then boost it if they want. But they got to be signed in to do this. This simple app, and then at the end of the day, you can just go back here and you can check your submissions out. Okay, you can see who was signed in, how many boosts it has, etc. It's really simple. For example, this is my schema for my link, right? I just have a creator ID, a slug, title, etc. Okay, it's all irrelevant. But basically, I define a schema like this with convex, okay? And then I can just have queries here. I can just write the queries and the mutations and stuff like that in here and then call it on my UI. And then with a CLI tool, it just syncs to my backend. It's basically like Vercel, but then for backend. Do you understand? This is so powerful because now whatever idea I have in my mind, I just go into it and I just deploy it. There's honestly no more excuses because I get it. Back in the day when you had to like ship a backend or something like that, like a complex system, it would have taken time, man, to actually like implement that shit properly. But now with Convex, it's super simple. Check this out. I made AI like just go through all the files to create all these diagrams for you. It looks complex, right? But at the end of the day, the system is simple. I was actually surprised to see how complex, quote unquote, this all of this looks. But given the fact that all I did, I put most of my effort in actually planning out these documents, right? So I have a folder here in my repo called PRD, which stands for Product Requirements Document, where it just talks about what the product does, zero technical jargon and knowledge. It's just what the product does, and then tech, where it conversely just talks about all the technical decisions that need to be made, right? With all code stuff and all like the way I like to structure my code base and stuff like that. I put most of my effort in this PRD and this tech document. Okay. Then I just let AI, like Cursor and Claude, okay, Claude Code. I just let it rip on my code base. Okay. And I kept checking it one by one, right? Like step by step to see how it was doing. But eventually I ended up with a whole system in one day, bro. In one day. Check it out. Check it out. This is my database stuff. I have all these things. Auth works, okay, on a dev environment and a prod environment. I have databases again on a dev environment and a prod environment. I have rate limits as well. Okay. All of this stuff would have taken days, weeks to actually do a few years ago. Now it's literally in one day, my man. And because Convex really loves developers, Convex really loves developers. Burn that shit into your mind. Okay? They added adapters for Clerk Auth. So literally for almost for free, right? I think it was free. I think I didn't pay shit for this, except for the domain name. Okay? And for Cloud Code, but that's a separate story. Literally for free, I was able to integrate Clerk here, okay, Clerk, so that I can get login with Google. I have a rate limited app. I have a Next.js front end. Oh, and I did spend some time making the front end like decently, like properly. Like you can tell this shit is vibe coded, right? But this genuinely, like this text here is what I wanted it to say. The design and the layout of this I did myself. But like the actual like components and stuff, I vibe coded it because I know what I want. I just told it what I want. I didn't let the LLM design it for me. Do you understand? I designed it and then the LLM implemented it. You can check this rate limit shit out here too. I mean, that's the magic these days, bro. So you can check it out. Each creator has a config, right? If I want to call like, I don't know, the Primagen to use this shit, right? I can just be like, yo, here, use it for free and you have unlimited links, right? Because I stored that creator config in my database. Like all of this small minute shit that allows me to move fast is now basically automatable. And it begs the question, what are you going to do now? What are we going to do now as developers in the future? Because now that all this AI stuff is automated, I've been talking about this shit since 2023. What are we going to do? Right? And that is our purpose these days as developers, to figure out what we're going to do instead of what the AI is going to do. Because at the end of the day, the AI is a machine, all right? I get it. It has feelings sometimes, right? It feels like a friend. It feels like a human being. But at the end of the day, it's a machine. And as humans, we must use machines to further our own mission in life. By the way, bro, I have a question here for you. What is your biggest challenge in coding? The link is in the description. Please go and please answer. It would be great. That way I can make better content for you as well. Because LLMs can do the job better, it is very important to consider our role in all of this. And what is our? Who are we? We are developers that ship fast. We want to ship shit to the public that the public will use and smile when they use it. Now, this might not be the most complex app. It might not be the most beautifully designed app, but it is. You know what it is? It is a proof of concept. It was me being bored on a Sunday morning and implementing this shit while drinking coffee and drinking water. Do you understand the power, bro? We're living in the age of where code is automated. Code generation is automated. And if you're not using this, you're I would really reevaluate my life decisions. I'm not gonna be mean, right? Because I know, because you clicked on this video, you have interest in shipping fast. Don't be like those dudes that refuse to use this shit because it's not secure. It's not secure. You know, that's your job, bro. You know what I mean? It's our job to make these things secure. I mean, I did spend some time figuring out how to make it as secure as possible within reason, within that one day, right? I offloaded the most important stuff to Clerk. That's why we use their services, because they're experts in authorization and authentication. And this is not like a mission critical app or whatever. It's not like payments infrastructure or something like that. So the point is, build good shit. And dude, the tools are there, man. The tools are there. One more thing. Listen, top link in the description. I am working with a few people to actually help them figure out what their next side project is going to be. I've shipped so much shit in the past. If you made it this far in the video, I'm going to show you this bonus. I basically took a podcaster and I analyzed all of their logical fallacies through all of their videos, and I attached it with timestamps, right? And I graphed it over time, right? You know what this screams? This screams a loner in his bedroom that had too much time. I made this last year. This is one small side project. I also have this dog shelter app that I built literally in, I think, 2 days, right? The hardest part was actually having this masonry layout grid, but that's irrelevant. All right. And then I have this cozy coder, right? That helps me figure out how to fix my typing. You can see I suck at typing, right? But I wanted to have this tool that I could use to actually practice my typing, right? And I have like a bunch of lessons here. This was like almost also vibe coded, right? Look at this ghost came up, right? It's basically like cursor tab or like GitHub autopilot, but it doesn't actually fill it for you. I'm pressing tab, right? But it's complaining. It's telling me, Neil, stop it, actually type. Small things like this, right? I want to help you figure out your next side project, right? I want to actually listen to you and help you figure out what kind of side project you could build to actually wow people, right? Click the link, top link in the description below. Again, to summarize, use AI to actually build your shit where you go through the biggest technical shit first yourself. You tell the AI in a very brain dead manner actually what not to do type shit. Tell him exactly how you want to solve authentication. Tell him why everything, all of that stuff. Okay, how you like your code bases. You'll get there eventually. The more you start shipping, you'll get your taste. You understand how you want your code base to look like. But basically, figure out a way to voice the thoughts in your head onto Markdown, or at least in ChatGPT. By the way, I just voice noted that shit. Like I just used dictation. I just filled up that shit with my ADHD thoughts, and it came out with these documents. And then you feed it to an LLM, and then the LLM will build it for you. If you want to know exactly how I did this, let me know below in the comments. Use the link below to ask me that question if you want. And yeah, man, let me know what you think. Okay, that's it from my end. Life is a gift given by God to make a proper use of it, man. You better lock the hell in, man. It's 2025. Let's get this shit. Okay? Let's build some beautiful tools for society. Let's not make TikTok and shit like that, bro. TikTok is The absolute worst thing to ever happen to humanity. Even Facebook, bro. Even Facebook, because they hyper optimize on our behaviors. But I'm just gonna be ranting at this point. No, no, no. Okay, take it easy, bro. Let me know in the description what, or in the comment section what you want to see next. Yeah, man. Peace out. Okay. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye.